This day, Merry Christmas. I'm gonna get really drunk with my family, so I figured I'd try to film a video beforehand because I've been wanting to do this for a while. I just forget because I'm fucking lazy. But one of the most common questions I get when it comes to Instagram and all that stuff is all about my tongue split. I've had my tongue split now for over a year. I think I got it like in September I think. Anyways, so yeah, so I've had it for over a year. One of the most common questions I get is like, who did it or things like that. I don't remember who pierced it. I don't remember who split it. Like, I don't know, I can't remember his name. I no longer have his information either. So there's that. Like, I know it's not helpful at all, but I fucking lost all the information. Trust me, I'm trying to find a new person right now to get my tongue split further back, and it's like, it's impossible. But what I did to find a person that was to split tongues, I just went into the hashtags like beer-fied tongues or split tongues on Instagram, and you kind of just find somebody. Just keep in mind that this is something that is an underground type of thing. It's not exactly like, I wouldn't want to say not legal, but shops can get in trouble, and it's not exactly the most common practice here in America, especially where I live in California. Other places may be a lot different. I just know where I live, it's not exactly very easy to find because of like health department restrictions and things like that. So there's that. I know, stupid. I don't get it. But so what I had done with my tongue was numbed. So I didn't feel anything, and they just literally got not a suture, no, what the fuck is the word? Like a scalpel. Got it. Don't worry, I got it. And they just literally like nicked, and that was it. And then they sewed it the fuck up. The person who did my tongue though, I kind of it wasn't the greatest experience getting my tongue split, just because the person, I don't really recommend them. I don't think that they were at all professional or anything of that kind. Like, I don't think he was, yeah. Anyway, I don't like to badmouth people, but it wasn't a fun experience for me getting my tongue split. Not because it hurt or anything, just the person in general. But yeah, I had it out, just cut and numbed, sewn up, all was done. And I had the stitches in my tongue for 7 days, and then I was able to remove them on my own. Whoever splits your tongue might recommend you going back to them, but it's really not that hard to remove your own stitches. But of course, if you're scared, go to somebody else. So I had that happen, and I mean, I wasn't in any pain. The only pain I was actually in was probably in the morning when I had to remove the gauze, because the little stringy gauze part. Oh yeah, you have to put gauze in between your tongue to help prevent any regrowth. But yeah, the little strings from the gauze would kind of get stuck in my stitches, and I'd have to rip it out, and I can still remember the pain. It was uncomfortable, and I didn't like it. And that's probably the most pain I was ever in. I wasn't in any pain after that, other than the fact that I was just so fucking hungry all the time. I just wanted food. I couldn't eat food, solid food. It sucked. I just ate mashed potatoes and vegetable soup and a lot of popsicles. But that was really, you can hear Maggie. That's her. That's not gonna stop. Boom. All right. So I'm not even gonna edit this because I'm too fucking lazy. So that was what I ate, and just mushy food that could help me. I wasn't ever really in any pain that I needed to take any pain medication, anything of that kind. But I also have a really, really high pain tolerance, so it takes a lot for me to need that. One of the tips and tricks that no one really ever told me, or from any videos that I could find on my having the split tongue, is the fact that you drool so much. You drool so much, dude. It's so bad. It got to the point where I just sat outside like this and just let it fucking pour out. It was that, and I that's just it. I had to walk around with a cup constantly, just to cover, what the fuck is the word? Oh my god, to hold my spit. I'm so out of it today. Yeah, just hold my spit, or I just bite down on a bunch of paper towels. I couldn't talk, so that was something that, you know, really did suck for work, but a lot of my clients had already known that I was going to be getting this done, so they already expected it. My boss was very kind as to, you know, help me out, and he would talk to my clients for me, so there was never an issue there. But yeah, you drool, and when it comes to sleeping wise, that was like the most difficult thing, because I tried out 3 different things. I put like a bucket under like my face like this to sleep, just to cover all the drool, and my stupid ass didn't think it fucking through, and in the middle of the night I spilled it and just saliva everywhere. It was just it's like gross to me thinking about it. But yeah, there was like just saliva fucking everywhere, and it sucked. And then, so this is like day 2, I got a towel and just like put it on my face right there, but of course didn't think this through. The towel gets very moist, and then, you know, that eventually gets everywhere else onto the pillow and the blanket. So again, had that problem. So what I did do, check this out, combined the 2. Yeah, I know, crazy. Yeah, I put like the towel in the giant bowl, and I would like just put like a little piece of towel right here, just on my mouth, so just cover it, and it stayed. That helped so much with all of my saliva, just sleeping wise, because that was probably the most difficult part of the healing process, was just trying to figure out what the fuck to do with my drool. That was it. Another thing that, like, I was like, really getting your tongue split, it isn't that big of a deal, like healing wise. I don't think it's painful. I don't think it's like that much of an issue. I didn't really have to do anything crazy other than the fact that I just couldn't talk for like 4 days. That was it. And then I ate a lot of popsicles. Honestly, popsicles will be your best friend if you do try it on wanting to get, like, if you do want to get this done and you are struggling with things, popsicles and slushies, homie, because that'll help maintain any swelling you get, any minor pain you may have, because the cooling of it, like the coldness of it just helps, like, immensely. And because you're not really eating a lot of like solid foods or things like that, if you're like me, you get kind of like shaky throughout the day, the sugar from all those like popsicles, it'll really, really, really help. You know, because you still get like sugar in your system, something like that. Other than that, that's pretty much it. One of my biggest things though was after I got it split and my stitches were out and everything, I had a lisp for a month. Like, I had it for a month, and that was super scary to me because I was like, I never used to talk this way. What the fuck is going on? Like, am I gonna have to do speech therapy? What the hell? And I messaged somebody on my Instagram who did have his tongue split, and I told him, like, dude, what the fuck? And he was like, oh, I had the same issue. He's like, dude, you'll get used to it. It goes away. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. And my lisp went away for a month. Like, I mean, well, not for a month, but it took a month for it to go away. Obviously, you may be different, because you got to think about, like, your tongue that is normally like this, like just a solid piece, all of a sudden going like this, and when you're talking, your tongue's like, yo, whoa, what the fuck, trying to get sea legs and everything. So yeah, they're like, that's just it. Like, so got it split, 6 days for stitches. Some who, depending on who splits your tongue, they might recommend wearing gauze in between the tongue to help like prevent any regrowth. I was supposed to wear it for 2 weeks. I didn't. That's why I got so much regrowth. Like, yeah, I got like all that. So I got all that regrowth, and so 2 weeks for gauze, a month for my lisp to go in, and after that, like, fucking in the clear, golden. We was cool. I was fine. I kind of forgot that I had it. And then when it comes to doing all the tricks and things like that, that is just something you gotta learn on your own. Can't really teach anyone to do that. It's just something you just practice in your own time, because it is, your tongue is a muscle, so you just like kind of, you know, you gotta work out the muscles, dude. And that's really just it. That's like all I have about my split tongue. And probably a question I'll get is, do I regret it? Fuck no. I love it. I want to get it cut further back. So I don't know what that really says, but obviously I don't regret it. 2, it wasn't that painful that I'm willing to fucking do it again. And yeah, that's just it. And no, obviously it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. It does not hurt currently. I am perfectly fine. Probably had a really stupid face while doing that, but yeah. I hope that was kind of helpful. Sorry it's kind of like all over the place. I'm not like too great at this kind of stuff, but hopefully that was somewhat helpful for anyone who's curious about it or who is going to get it done and needs some tricks and things like that. Or yeah, just the drooling, dude. No one fucking talked about that. No one. So that was annoying. Be prepared to drool a lot. Anyways,